Hello, it's Steve here from the Agile Mastery Show, and today we are going to look at the 5 habits of an effective Scrum Master, the five key skills that really make up a powerful, really sort of set you above on the next level of being a really effective, high-powered, highly sought after Scrum Master, right? So we're going to look at. I mean, there are five. There's a lot more than that, but there's sort of five specific ones that I've uncovered and developed over the years that I can actually help give some context around. We're going to look at what they are, how you can embed them, how you can learn and build them and master them, so that you can actually start working with your team, with your leadership, stakeholders outside of the team, and start to really grow and develop your skills as a Scrum Master. So let's get into it. So the first habit, as it were, is daily reflections. Okay, and keeping a journal, and it's quite a funny concept, isn't it? A journal you always attribute to somebody who's, like doing traveling, for example, or maybe they're still at school and they like to sort of keep a diary. It's not something that you would associate with, uh, in a professional context, and actually doing doing that on a regular basis can have huge it can have a huge impact and help you to become really effective, because um, Graham Cochran, really famous business entrepreneur, says that if you don't reflect regularly, if you are continuously sort of just going about your day and always being proactive and and active, as it were, then everything stays in here, right? If you're not looking to basically have somewhere where you can reflect on the things that you're seeing, the things that are going on, the observations that you're making, and really taking the time to listen and see what's going on. If you're not reflecting on those, it stays in here. Now, I'm always writing notes, right? And it's a funny thing, because your team, they should be fairly used to you just making notes, and but just be open and transparent with them and say, look, I'm just taking notes. It helps me to see what's going on. You're not judging anybody. You have to be very clear about that. You're not judging anybody. All you're doing is you're just reflecting and just trying to sort of make sense of things. And there's a scientific fact that if you write things down, just like when you did at school, you write notes, it goes in, right? It stays in. And so write your notes during the ceremony, whatever, the stand up, the planning session, retrospective, make notes. But then at the end of the day, or even at the end of the session, take those notes and put them into a journal, and 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 put some context around them. What are you really seeing here? What's going on? And if you can be doing that on a regular basis, what you'll start to see are patterns emerging, right? And it will help you to start linking things together, so that you can then take action against them. If you're not doing that, all you're doing is you're moving day to day, and things get forgotten. You're not really able to, like, just the machine, the uh, the big vessel is just moving constantly, and you're not taking time to step back and reflect on what you're seeing, what's going on. And that's the area you sort of be wanting to get into. So habit number one is reflecting and journaling daily. Get into a habit. um, make it a specific thing that you take time at the end of the day, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, write it in your journal, write up your notes, and at the end of the week, read back on them. Just, be continuously using the journal is like the biggest tool that you can have in in everything that you do. So make sure to take some time for that. Habit number 2 is validation, and like observing but validating what you're seeing. Okay, so before you jump in with solutions, first of all, is what you're seeing, what you're observing, is is to is to get to a place where you're working with your team, with your leadership, and validate what you're seeing, and just understand, get some context. So before diving in and saying, I think this is what you should be doing because my experience tells me, or my, this is what the Scrum Guide says. There might be some nuance around that, and you just want to sort of validate. And if you just take the time, people respect you a lot more if you are curious. If you are just going to say, look, I understand that our velocity has dropped in the last couple of sprints. I just want to sort of validate why this might be happening, and just ask your team what their thoughts are. Just say, look, this is my hypothesis, is that perhaps the release process is slow, or maybe approvals process might be slow. But I just want to validate from that. I just want to go and maybe do some analysis, maybe make some measures, work with some of the other team members, your product owner, and just validate your hypothesis. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I've seen. This is what I'm thinking. What do you think? What do you think could be happening? Do you agree with what I'm with my chain of thought here? And something in my early days of my career, the thing that I found was that I would dive in too quickly. I know this. I know the answer. So it's like being a dad. It's like you want to help rather than you want to do it for them, right? You want to, like, you can see that they're not quite getting it, so you're just going to do it for them. That doesn't help. Then you want to try and just take a step back a little bit and like just help them fall off the bike. Not help them fall off the bike, but you know what I mean. Help them along before diving in and doing it for them, because they need to learn. But if you are able to just work with them, make that validation, just take the time, take the pause before diving in, and you'll grow so much more gravitas as a result. People will respect you a lot more, as I say. Third habit is using powerful questions to understand the bigger picture, and also to be able to coach as well. Say, this is what I'm seeing, and I'm getting a picture here. I just want to see what is it. What is it? What do you see? What is coming out for you? How how is this particular system working for you? And using open-ended questions, powerful questions, things that are going to enable your team, your leaders, to really think about what you're asking them, and then come back with an answer, so that you can then nurture the conversation in order to get the best result, essentially. So powerful questions. You don't have to be an agile coach to do that. You don't need to be in a position of seniority to be able to ask curious level questions, powerful questions. So, open-ended would be things like what, why, who, where, how is this for you? What's your perspective? What are you seeing here? This is what I'm seeing. What are you seeing? Uh, and then it gets people thinking, and the conversation can be a lot richer as a result. And you're able to sort of help to nurture and guide the conversation in the right way. Number 4 is that they build relationships both inside and outside of the team. Okay, so you are continuously looking to work with people. 90% of the skill of the Scrum Master is to be a good people person, to interact, to work with people. It's so much easier when you're face to face. Obviously, we know this, but in absence of that, if you're working with remote teams, then take the time to have one-to-ones with people. Even people of authority or in senior positions. I've said it before on previous episodes, is spend some time with people, really listen to what their challenges are, and then take some time out and work with them and help them come with a resolution. And that would help you build such great relationships, and it will only serve you well. You cannot do any harm by trying to find some common ground with others. I always say, if you're working with a team, take 10-15 minutes for doing one-to-ones over, every 2 weeks or so. One-to-ones. Check in. How's things going for you? How can I help? How can I be of service? And people open up. That you just build such trust, and also uncover things that don't always get said in a group scenario. It can be really helpful for that. And the 5th and final habit is that they are continuously looking at the system, always, constantly, always looking at how things link together and what impact things are having from other areas. So, processes, approval steps, handoffs, dependencies, using the data, working on your Scrum boards, your Kanban boards, looking at how things are maneuvering and interacting and structured and all these kind of things. Take time, make sure to take at least half an hour every day, at least, to step back and look at what's going on in terms of the system, how the team is interacting, is linked to the wider picture. Work with your leadership teams to map out the system, work with them to help improve it. All of these things, and it just grows. Will just help build your gravitas, your authority, and help you influence. Because the more that you can be focusing on these things, and we call it becoming a systems thinker. This is a core skill of Scrum Mastery. Is the more that you can do that, the more you get into much more of an analytical state, which helps you just to become much more of a stronger, effective coach. So those 5 habits, if you do nothing else, make those 5 the things that you really focus on, because those are going to be the ones that set you apart from just your bog standard, average, mediocre Scrum Masters. And if you're able to just take on, just implement something little, something small, a small change, a small one, one small habit, like the Japanese term of Kaizen, one small improvement, one small thing every day, one little habit, just makes you build a snowball effect, and you become such a much stronger Scrum Master as a result. All right. Now, just to mention that the High Performing Team Challenge is on. It's open. The link to the page is in the show notes. Do link. Come and join. It's a really powerful 5 days, 1 hour a day. You get to learn so much about the sorts of things that really stop and prevent you from building a high performing team, and then there'll be lots of learning on how to actually not just build a high performing team, but consistently drive it all the way through, and that will only serve you in your career and build the gravitas, make you a really strong Scrum Master and Agile coach as a result. So do click on that. If you want to learn your impact, then there's a self-assessment that you can take. Link is in the show notes as well. Learn how to build your learn what sort of impact that you're currently having and some tips on how you can actually build that out as well. All right, that's me for today. Thanks very much, and bye-bye.